Hello, today I have another video on mental health in the news, and this article is on autism and the autism gene, written by Simon Baron Cohen, who is the Professor of Developmental Psychopathology and the Director of the Autism Research Centre at Cambridge University. The article is entitled "The Autism Gene That Is Driving Elon and the Rest of Us On." It was on page 25 of the Sunday Times on May 16th, 2021. The subtitle is "Unconventional thinkers such as the Tesla boss, who has just revealed he is autistic, have turbocharged human evolution and ingenuity for 100,000 years," says Simon Baron Cohen. Elon Musk hosted Saturday Night Live, the US comedy show, a week ago. During that time, he announced that he has Asperger syndrome. Simon Baron Cohen said that this wasn't a surprise to him, as he has a theory that talented inventors have a high number of autistic traits, and that the genes for autism have driven human progress for thousands of years. He went on to say how autism is diagnosed. I've done a couple of other videos on this, but I'll outline it here. People with autism have difficulties with social relationships and communication and adjusting to unexpected change. They also have unusually narrow interests and have a strong need for predictability, routine, and repetition. He went on to say that Musk self-diagnosed autism, and whether this would be confirmed by a clinician, but self-diagnosis is increasingly important, and that autism is a part of somebody's identity. He went on to say that the human ability to invent things is the reason for us dominating the planet and depends on the need to systematise. He stated the following, and I quote, "This is the ability to analyse or build a system, and the system is nothing more than an if and then pattern. My theory proposes that a new circuit in the modern human brain, the systematising mechanism, evolved between 70,000 and 100,000 years ago." He said that the first bow and arrow and the first flute would have required its inventor to use if and then reasoning, such as, if I blow down this hollow bone and cover one hole, then I produce a note. He did a study and found that those working in STEM jobs, that's science, technology, engineering and maths, have a higher rate of autistic traits, and that if the link between systemisation and autism is genetic, then autism should be more common in Silicon Valley. His team tested this prediction in the Silicon Valley of the Netherlands, Eindhoven, and found that autism was more than twice as common than in other Dutch cities. His team then went on to do DNA testing and found that there was an overlap between hypersystemising and autism. He stated that some of the autism genes don't just provide the code for autism, but also the talent for systemising. Simon Baron Cohen then went on to say that he set up the Chitra Sethia Autism Centre in Cambridge 20 years ago, which was one of the first clinics for diagnosing adults with autism, and stated them as the lost generation, as it was missed in childhood. He reported that many of these people had underachieved academically and were unemployed, and that it's unsurprising that many of them have developed poor mental health as a result of bullying at school, but being different to other people, and they felt that they were excluded from society. He said that now schools and universities are accepting that there is neurodiversity, which is the idea that brains come in different types. Richard Branson, who has dyslexia, invests in the IT consultancy Auticon, which employs only autistic people. GCHQ, which is the UK's signal intelligence service, actively encourages autistic people to help it crack codes in the fight against terrorism, cybercrime and espionage. At Harry Specter's chocolatery in Cambridgeshire, autistic people, some of whom have additional learning or language difficulties, devise recipes and make chocolates with exquisite precision. He concluded the article by saying we need to include, support and accept autistic people, and that he hoped that Musk will serve as a model and help to remove the stigma. He said that if we give space to those people who are less interested in following the social norms, exciting innovation is often the result. Thank you for listening. Bye for now.